Attention, all York New City citizens. Be on alert tonight.
Police have received reports there has been sightings of an individual matching the description of Max Bane, who was serving time in the York New City Asylum. Last seen with his face split in two, wielding a kendo stick.
If you've seen him, run and hide.
The devil is here to inflict pain with a smile on his face.
It was a beautiful day. And not because of the clear sky or the weather, but because for the first time in my miserable, disappointing, depressing life, I was happy.
This match will be contested for the Warwick of Wrestling No Limits Championship. Introducing first, in the close corner to my left, he is representing the cause and fighting out of York New City, weighing 175 pounds, Max Bane.
My name is Max Bane. I am the Aquarius Demon from York New City. I wrestle because I love inflicting pain, but I also love pain. It makes me feel alive. It makes me feel things that I never felt in my 29 years of living. Because all of my life, I have been feeling pain, whether it was emotional, physical. So it was my turn to start inflicting some.
Max Bane is an eccentric, balls to the wall character. You know, he's very unpredictable. My name is Himi Hendrix from Prince Street, Soho, New York. Max Bane is an essential part of my team because he's unpredictable. He's very smart that many people don't, like to believe. He's very smart, especially in that ring.
I was so happy because I had set myself free.
Max Bane is my boy. He's a soldier, one of the best kept secrets in all of New York City's independent circuit. This is Jason Boyd, the Poison Prince, the only prince that exists. Max Bane was one of the few people in the beginning of my training and my journey that I actually listened to, because I actually feel like he understood me, where I was coming from. He understood why I got into this business, this sport, this art.
Sick and tired of being what everybody wanted me to be. All the pressure on my mind, my heart, my soul was beginning to kill me.
When I was a young lad, all by myself in a living room with just a VHS player and a TV. Stacks and stacks and stacks of VHS tapes, and all of them were wrestling. Pop them in ever since then.
What do you want to get out of wrestling?
Respect. People perceive me, I think, right now as a person that could just be taken advantage of. That is just so small that you just can't do nothing. I'm just a person that can't do nothing. I'm gonna change people's minds.
I've only been in the ring with him maybe twice. He's an interesting person. My name is Dylan Napalm. I wrestle for Warriors of Wrestling, and I've been doing this since February. Both times were some of the scariest parts. You never know what he's gonna do. You never know what's going on in his head. Try and have a conversation with him, see how that goes. He's scary.
In my life, I have been put against the toughest and the worst individuals ever. One that I can name off the top of my head, Jason Void. Jason Void, oh man. He took me to my limit. Then we have Tommy Dreamer. We have Tommy Dreamer. And we have Chris Steele. And they have Mike Datello and Danny Storm. I just can't shoot. I'm not happy with my last opponent, E-Roc.
I've been wrestling with Max Bane since I started here. He's a lunatic, crazy, a psychopath, and I've beaten him every single time I've wrestled him. Just proving that I'm the best, every single time. My name is E-Roc. I wrestle at Warriors of Wrestling. I've been here for 6 years now.
Here it goes for a submission hold. Oh my goodness! He's gonna break Steeler's leg! And oh my, wow, what is this, Max Bane? Max Bane has the covers of the trash can and bashes it right on him. Oh man. And now Max Bane is clapping those. Why not let E-Roc take out Chris Steeler from this contest? Why not do that? But instead, he goes after you. Well, it's Max Bane. He doesn't necessarily think that much, I think.
I want to become the most ruthless, the most merciless, the most devious. That's what I want to be.
Max Bane finally gets the No Limits Championship.
The No Limits division, to be quite honest with you, has no definition. And the reason why it has no definition is because it has no limits, which means no rules, which means you can do anything. I think of that No Limits Championship as the Intercontinental Championship. Do you know what that Intercontinental Championship used to mean to people? That was the champion before the big championships. That is the No Limits division. That is the No Limits title. Being a champion means that you are solidified, but the job is not done.
Max Bane is the Aquarius Demon. He is my former tag team partner. Won some tag gold with him in the cause. Went down to New Orleans with him, had some good times, and then he betrayed me. So there's that. My name is Roger Mendez, the real athlete, the real wrestler of Warriors of Wrestling.
This match is scheduled for one fall. Introducing the first team.
Tag team gold on the line here at Warriors of Wrestling as the cause make their way to the ring.
When we won the tag titles together, that was a glimpse into like what the future of the No Limits divisions and the heavyweight division would look like. And then a year ago, all of that came together because Max Bane was the No Limits champion and I was the Warriors of Wrestling World Heavyweight champion. So I think that was fulfilling a prophecy, so to say.
Just like that, the reign of the Rise, Datello, and Storm is over. And your new Warriors of Wrestling Tag Team Champions.
When I was a part of the Rise, I mean, I'm still part of the Rise, but when the Rise was really starting to get going, we were on the hunt for the tag team titles, the Warriors of Wrestling Tag Team Championships. We won them, and then we lost them to the Cause, which is Roger and Max. We were on and off for that entire year. Mike Datello, the American Prodigy.
Strategy, that's why these guys are the champions. Very innovative offense, as I mentioned earlier, by Datello.
Max Bane is a scumbag. He's a terrible person. He thinks he's a clown, but he's not funny. And yeah, he's a small guy, but he's, you know, he hits hard.
Grabbing the hair of Datello, a little extra disrespect on that one.
Max Bane, my right-hand man. Always there by my side every step of the way. But now, we go one-on-one. Now, I don't like to be fighting my friends, but if it comes down to it, if I need to accomplish a goal, I don't care who's standing in my way, whether it's a friend, brother, sister, my auntie, or even you, Max Bane, I'm gonna accomplish my goal one way or another. I don't care how crazy you are, how zany you are. I'm smart. I'm calculated. So Max Bane, bring your A game against Himi Hendrix. I might teach you everything, but I didn't teach you everything that I know.
Max Bane, you are a psycho. You are someone that I try and stay as far away from at all times. But when the time comes and we share that ring one more, you don't know who I am and you don't know what I can be. I see you wrestling at all these other companies. I see you holding titles with Roger, holding No Limits titles. I want to be like you, but better.
Max, I see you running around with the Bellini Club. After all these years, you're still not your own person. The Bellini Club, the Midnight Suns, the Flock, this, that, and the third. But the one thing I will give you is you said that you will become the No Limits champion. That's exactly what you did. So congrats, former tag partner. You did it.
Not many people know this, but Max Bane is willing and 10 toes down to go against anybody that steps in between what the flock sees as a better tomorrow. When we go on all these branches, we think about how can we leave this sport better than we found it, better than we saw that it was. We come together and we flock together so that we can all change within and change without.
Flock like really began. They were Max Bane and another guy who's in my group, Jason Void. They wasn't really my first choice, but how we came together is through TJ Marconi. He put us all together, and essentially we was like the flock. That's how the flock was like built up. And over time, you know, the chemistry was there. You know what I'm saying? Like we actually clicked like instantly when we first, you know put together the first time. So the chemistry was there. We worked well together.
Flock is unity. The flock is brothers together in arms against anyone that wants to tear this entire art down.
The flock is a collective of seeing justice, not only in the pro wrestling world, but also the world around us. You know, there's a representation of the rebel. We go against the establishment. We go against the norm. Essentially, that's what the flock represents.
Max Bane knows what's up. Max Bane knows that Jason Boyd will go into any yard, go into any asylum, go into any ring for his brother.
They talk about it, You talk about tag team turmoil, but where is the Flock's name in the tag team turmoil? Escape from New York winners. The orderly has yet to be pinned. Himi Hendrix, the king of the scrambles. Yet, all that light, all that shine, the sun is going down, and I feel it betraying us! I said it before and I'll say it again. We've covered in this thing with highway robberies on our mind, baby.
You people out there, square world, watching me. You're watching me. You all are gonna see. Whenever I am in the ring, whoever I am across the ring from, I, the Aquarius Demon, Max Bane, that always and forever will have the last laugh.
To fit their narrative. Some might say the way I did it, it was drastic. Maybe a bit too much, but it made me happy. The first time in my mistaken, disapproved, sorry life, I had made myself happy. But my happiness made others quite the opposite. Rattle me up, they make me feel.
I can make all this change in you.
So I ran. Sad existence. But I ran until I felt the sickness. I had outran my demons.
So out of character, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, just another one from Coney Island, Matteo.
My name is Nicholi White from Harlem, New York. 29 years old. Been here all my life. Professional wrestler for 8 years.
My name is Dylan Napoletano.
Michael Datello, Staten Island, New York.
My name is Roger Palacios, but I go by as Roger Mendez.
My name is Joe Bellini. I am the owner of Warriors Wrestling for the past 18 years.
My name's Katie. I've been wrestling at Warriors now, training for like at least a year, maybe a little over.
I'm Misty. Hello.
My name is Eric Silva. I go by E-Roc in Warriors Wrestling.
What up, man? My real name is Brian Galarza. And I'm just a broke Puerto Rican kid from Staten Island, New York. I was raised by a single mother. I had my grandmother with me, so I guess she played the role of father. Hard, just me and her. She had to work all the time. I had to bust my ass in school because at first I thought that would be the thing to get us into a position of financial success and all that stuff. I've dealt with a lot of unnecessary bullshit. I'll just say I've been kicked down way more than I've been lifted up. My mom was a very big wrestling fan. When she was growing up, she had a lot of VHS tapes and DVDs too. And just one day I popped one of those son of bitches in. It was Backlash, early 2000s. But that was like the first thing I saw. And then after that, Best of Shawn Michaels DVD or something like that. The match with him and Razor Ramon for the Intercontinental title, the ladder match. And I was hooked from there. My stepfather, once he came into my life, you know, even though he was there the whole time, but once he like physically actually came into my life, every Monday and Thursdays or Fridays, whenever SmackDown was on at that point in time, we would sit in the living room, watch wrestling. No matter what happened that day, no matter what stupid shit was going on, no matter what argument we were all into, we sat down and watched wrestling. The struggle, the depression, the anger, it's just with pro wrestling I can use it differently, you know? I can be angry. I could be depressed. I can be upset. I could be emotionally hurt. And it'll drive me to be a better character and have a very great match.
Can you describe some differences between yourself and your gimmick?
None.
See, Max Bane, the character, he's a wild card. He's game. Like I say, he's very unpredictable. You know, he do freaking death matches, he fucking mutilate himself. As far as, you know, Max Bane, the person, he's a good guy. You know? He's a sweet dude. You know, he's a great guy. You know what I'm saying? I love being around in the locker room with him. It's always a good time when I'm around with him. So yeah.
I would say the only difference between Max Bane, the person inside, to the Max Bane that we see all around is levels of intensity. When you're with Max Bane and you're in a ring with him, everything is full throttle. And you're with Max Bane in the back, chilling. It's a vibe.
Max Bane is just a very exaggerated version. He kind of just makes it seem he's a little more crazy than he actually is. But Max Bane still has those similar characteristics. He's still funny. He's still running around screwing with people.
Max Bane is a student here who joined right before COVID, I believe, a few months before COVID. Who he is as a character, and it's kind of changed over years. I think he in the beginning he was more with the makeup on and a little bit more out there, I guess you would say, out of his mind. I guess the character, he was in an asylum. Now, I guess he's maybe straightened out his act a little bit more. Yeah, I just say he's like a nut. I don't know.
I've seen him in a show once before I've joined. And his character is very erratic. To put it like simply, it's very erratic. And in real life, he's honestly like not like that from what I've seen. Like he's very, like I said, just chill.
They're not so different. He's just as crazy in real life as he is in his character. But obviously, it's up to a different degree. That's how it is with all wrestling. Their personality just has to be even higher than everything else.
I mean, I'm just cooler. I relax, you know. I'm more laid back. I'm not yelling. I'm not laughing like a freaking psycho. You know what I mean? So I guess, you know, I'm insane in one world and I'm a little bit more normal in the other. I like to inflict a little pain, you know, but then I can take it, you know. I'm not a bitch, you know what I mean? That's really it.
Max Bane going into the back of Joey Ace. Now Roger Mendez finally abiding by the rules.
I was always told in my life that for some reason I remind people of a dog. I don't know. So I was thinking of some dog names, and obviously one of them is Max. So I was like, all right, cool. I could be a Max, but I don't want to just be Max. There's a video game out called Max Payne, so I'm like, oh, that would have been cool if it wasn't a video game. And there's obviously other people called Max Payne. So I was trying to think of something that would go with it, and I'm playing, it was one of those Arkham games, and then it just clicked to me. I was like, oh shit, Max Bane. There we go. My character really is like a connection of like different type of characters. Obviously one of them is Joker with my laugh, and also some of my face paint. But even my face paint is different because I do half a clown for him, but then on the other side it's plain, but I do a scar for Anakin Skywalker. Bane because I'm kind of buff, you know what I mean? And also I spit mist. So like if you see some of the comics and stuff, the things that he's injected with is green. So I try to play off of it with that. I have a very talented cousin. Her name is Brittany Diaz. She's very talented with makeup, special effects makeup and stuff like that. And at first, like, I had her doing my makeup, and when I tell you it was cool and perfect, I really mean it was cool and perfect. But I then started to realize that was the issue. It's too perfect. Max Bane's not supposed to be perfect. So I started doing it myself. And that's why I feel like the aesthetic of it is very important for me to mess up my makeup a little bit, make it a little bit pretty, and then maybe smudge myself a little bit, spray some water or whatever, have it leak. So that way it really gives off that image that I'm not perfect, even though in my eyes I think I am.
So why do you choose to play it though?
I'll be honest with you. That card was dealt to me. I just got one look and they were like, alright, you're the heel. Okay, I guess so. And I mean, it kind of fits because being a heel, I can be the piece of shit that I want to be. I can really be that asshole and have people really not like me. But sometimes it works, sometimes they're like, oh, you're still cool. You can't be like this. You can't be like this. You have to relax. No. Relax. Don't relax it. Relax. I don't succeed. I don't succeed. I don't quit because of you. Hold me back. I hold you back because of what you are capable of. I don't give a shit. I know what I'm capable of. I know what I'm capable of. My fucking world. Everyone lives. Everyone is living it. Throughout my life, like I said, I've been through a lot of stupid, unnecessary bullshit. Whether it was relationships with, people, whether it was family or friends, or arguing with myself, because I do that a lot. It's like I've dealt with a lot of self-sabotage in my life, where it caused me to do some irrational bullshit, some irrational thoughts and thinkings and shit. Yeah, all that in a bag of chips. A philosophy I live by, which is kind of a fucked up one. I hurt before getting hurt. It's a fucked up philosophy, but it's kind of helped me in my ongoing life. Yeah, I would have waited. I would have let him sell that. You know what I mean? Because it's just like you just dodge his finisher. You know what I mean? I could sell that. That needs to be sold. And then you're also selling that he just beat the shit out of you. You know what I mean? So there's a bunch of selling that should be happening that got minimized. All six of us are in the ring. So like I just said fucking. You can. So, terrible thing to do that, right? Obviously let the person know.
You won't actually want the person flying. The day of, like nobody. Yeah. Everybody's having trouble. Also, if you're a babyface, that's probably something you do. So, for the learning experience, right? When you're in there with somebody,
my favorite part about being a trainer is once I see that the people who I'm helping train actually take my knowledge, take my my advices, and put it to the test, and it works. It's like satisfaction. I don't need anything else. I don't need nothing else. The fact that people listen. That's what I do it for. That's what I love about it.
Max Bane is always like a good time when he gets in there. Like, he's not there like all the time, but when he is there, which is like pretty consistently, you can tell that he cares. Maybe he's like, I don't want to say harsh or mean because that's not true, but he's definitely like stern with you. He definitely is blunt with you. Like, he's real with you about like, hey, this is what you need to do and this is what you need to fix, and I know that you're capable of doing it. Like, maybe the delivery isn't necessarily like, I don't want to say the kindest because that implies he's mean, but like I said, just blunt to the point. He's going to be real with you. He's honest with you. But at the end of the day, he cares. And you know that he cares.
What do you think I want to go for? Yeah? Oh, what is it called? Drop tone? Yeah.
I think you're about to. Put you in
it. It's honestly really helpful because he's very hands-on and like he demonstrates like exactly like what you should be doing. And as being a smaller person, it's kind of hard to find people like, you know, around your height. So
Look, no, you're wrong. Look at this. Oh, okay. Guys, look at my legs. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I got
Warriors of Wrestling is a school that has shows every month, sometimes twice a month. It's a very, 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 very good school. It gives you like your basics to the T, and it just teaches you how to really become a really good professional wrestler. We work so hard with each other where it's not just that night where we see each other. No, it's the whole week, the whole building up to events. We're working like almost day and night with each other, and you can tell that when we, you know, start performing and you see it, you can just see it.
Max gives you space to have your individual input into everything that you do. It's not just trying to tell you to do something because, oh, this is like how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? He'll show you that, look, this is the standard, and then you have so much more free space to then have your own spin on it.
So, I'm gonna throw him to the corner. I'm gonna go charging at him. He's gonna end the out. And go back in. Shit! That, my fault. My fault. I thought we were doing the other one. Charging at him. Oh! I have so much time. He has so much time to get himself prepared and ready for the wall. Right?
can do a kick multiple ways. You can do a move multiple ways. But not many people will really tell you that. Sometimes you have to find out on your own. But Max, he's one of the people who are willing to share that with you.
Training with Max it's a lot of fun because he's able to stay serious but also have a sense of humor. So it makes me want to come to wrestling.
The way I do it is I will come here close.
At least we be winning.
I jump up, knees to the chest, I put my chest on the buckle, and I push myself out. When I go up and out, same sort of motion, but instead of pushing outward.
He has a lot of patience sometimes, but sometimes he doesn't have patience. But when he does have patience, he's good and he's great. Even when he doesn't have patience, he's good and he's great, because sometimes you need to be yelled at. And you gotta get told, you gotta get that thing drilled into your head.
So he's been here since I started here, and we've trained together. We've grown, and we've trained all the other people who are here right now. And I think he's an amazing trainer. I think that he's, if not just a good character, he's also a good trainer in wrestling. He's taught so many people, and he's also has a character that's different than everybody else's. And he's taught people even like me how to have a better character and how to be yourself. Before, when I first started, I had no character. I had no personality, and I didn't know who I was as a person because I was so young. I was 17. And now I know exactly who I am and what I want out of wrestling. And he's taught me that.
I wouldn't really have confidence. I wouldn't have my own character. I wouldn't be Dylan Napalm without Max Bane. Max Bane is he's still pretty crazy, but he is a amazing guy. He's very helpful. He's a great trainer. He taught me half of the stuff I know, honestly.
Max Bane is my boy. Max Bane was one of the people who actually lent a helping hand at first when I started training. Not many people were willing to share their secrets or even just give me the time of day, but Max was one of them, especially on that very first day. We've gone to multiple states together to wrestle. We've gone to multiple promotions together to wrestle. We've debuted at places together, had a lot of firsts together, and honestly, he's one of the few people in pro wrestling that I trust as of today.
So this will be the last of the agility, alright?
Yeah, come on.
Last agility thing, just pay attention.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm sore, but it's rewarding because I can just see that the kids nowadays that come in to train, they're not only just listening, but they're taking it in. They're actually applying what myself or what Roger is saying. They're applying it not only to the drills, they're applying it to their matches, and that's how you know the kids are learning. Bro, it feels amazing because if they're doing right, that means I'm teaching them right. That means I'm helping them. I'm putting them in the right path of where they need to be. Because if they're not, then that just goes to show that I'm a shitty coach, and I don't want to be a shitty coach.
Yeah. Back in. Yeah. Back out. Back in. Yeah. Back roll. Up and over. Yeah. Back. Baseball. Light impact. Jump. Shit. Fuck yeah.
The first month of me training, now this is January 2020, okay? I hit my first week, beautiful, fantastic. Second week, without naming, you know what? Fuck you, Dexter. I love you. So, boy Dexter decided he wanted to try a new move on me. And not that I should have known, because I wasn't gonna know. It was like my second or third week in professional wrestling training. But he wanted to try a new move on me, and I don't know how to really bump that well. I just started doing my regular bumps, and he picks me up. He says, "Oh, okay, I want to try something new. Can I try it with you? Cause you're like my stature." Sure, no problem. He picks me up. Then he says, "Okay, I'm gonna push you, and then you're gonna fall on your back."
And when he pushed me, he didn't push me hard enough. And I didn't post because I don't know what I'm doing. So I landed straight on basically my shoulder and the side of my head. Broken collarbone. Broke my collarbone. Just started, and when I told her, and when I went to the doctor, they said, hey, okay, you did break your collarbone. You're gonna need 6 weeks off, and then 6 weeks of like personal training, whatever. That shit sucked. After 5 years of working as a professional wrestler, I can't get out of bed correctly, dude. Like, my back hurts. I don't know if it's herniated disc. I don't know if it's something. It's on the lower back, and it shit hurts. This one's not fake. It's not fake. Basically killing ourselves. Really think about it. You know, there's a study out there. You out there in the square world. You know, if you look it up, somebody did a study in college or whatever about what you can equate taking a bump to, and you could equate it to a 25 miles per hour car crash. So think about that. Every single bump we take at least probably like 30 to 50 bumps depending on the type of match we're doing. There's people who have had like long lives that has been a professional wrestler, but I say those guys are lucky.
Many people, they like to put holes in boxes into the world, and pro wrestling is honestly just one of those art forms that shows you that that's not real. That's all up here. Wrestling isn't fake because my back isn't the same compared to 2 years ago. Myself and many others, we've bled for this. We have had scars on our bodies that lasted however long. What we do in there is physical. What we do in there is sports. What we do in there is athletics.
People say it's fake because we think we're not actually fighting. We still take pain, you know what I'm saying? We still wake up every morning with aches in our bodies and stuff like that. It's real.
Oh, it's hard because, you know, you do have to stay in shape. People have this misconception that, oh, wrestling is easy, so, you know, I could just go in there and do it. It's trampoline in there. It's not. It's very hard, especially because, like, you have to stay in shape. You have to work out. You have to lift weights. You have to be able to lift another person. And if you're not lifting weights, you're not lifting people. Then you're not wrestling. It's painful. That's really it. It's painful. Shit hurts.
Who was your best opponent?
I do have a number one best one, but I don't like saying that one without at least the other five. So I'm gonna list my five for you. Fifth one is Jason Void, because we complement each other with I'll top your crazy. You know what I mean? Then I have Chris Steeler, only because I've had my best matches with him, and not only that, he's my trainer. He's taught me everything that I know. Then I'll put Jimmy Wang Yang at number 3, because not only was the match really good, the lessons I learned from it after, like teaching me that everything was important. It's not just one thing that's important in pro wrestling. It's everything. And then E-Roc. I love E-Roc. We've had like the best of like 17 or 18 with each other, and he's won probably 15. The other ones I didn't win either, and we were in a triple threat, fatal four-way, whatever. But you know, every time we've wrestled each other, it was always different. Even though we've wrestled each other that many times, it was always different. We always did something different. Tommy Dreamer, because dude, Tommy Dreamer, dude, come on. I mean, I like obviously when I started watching wrestling, it was WWF, all that stuff. And then when I started learning about ECW, I was a complete ECW guy. And then when I heard I was going to be in a match with Tommy Dreamer, I was like, fucking man. So, you know, like Tommy Dreamer, he also is very giving. My hat's off to him because of the time he spent in this in just professional wrestling alone, and him giving us the knowledge for free. You know what I mean? Like, it's obviously one of my favorites. Top 5 right there. There's 3 guys that, like, if I see our names in the marquee or anything like that, if I see our name in the card or whatever, I automatically am like, yeah, it's easy day, piece of cake, whatever. Roger Mendez, Mike Datello, Danny Storm. Anytime I've had to be in a match with them, I never called it. We of course we'd be like, okay, what's the finish and how do we know we get into the whatever? But piece of cake. No hiccups, nothing with those 3. Those 3 got it.
Pulled that out of where he got that from. You gotta admire the heart there of Datello. Both competitors making tags. Storm in, Bane in. A series of clotheslines here from Storm. Big kicks.
We were entrusted with like being like that new crop of talent to like carry the company in a way, like hold some tag team titles, lead the newer guys. We had that rivalry with Mike and Dan in the Rise. So, and then I think as far as he goes, he's honestly, bro, guy's like a 3-time, 4-time tag team champion, a limits champion. He's honestly had more gold than me, low key. You know what I mean? There were some points in time where I'm goldless, but he had a tag belt or no limits belt. So, I think it's just trust from the promoter that Max was given all those opportunities.
Hey, look at that. The flock, like a pack of hyenas, just choking them out.
A bunch of weirdos.
You say weirdos, I say effective weirdos. All right? Here we go. Hendrix, big boot to the face. There we go. Suplex right there. Will it do it? No.
Tristan Kyle with the save.
Championship Entertainment. They're relying too much on breaking each other's pinfall right there. What do you think? But I have to ask you this question. The Championship Entertainment, do they doubt ATO's skill right here? They keep breaking up this pinfall. Do they have no faith?
Look right here. See, at this point, I'm not doubting the Flock's skills.
Can you blame them? Can you blame them?
I'm doubting the ref at this point.
Hey, where's the
so
ref?
blind to see what's going on. Tristan Kyle.
He's just one man.
Referee, get control of this.
I think the Flock can be a staple point, and not only like in the tri-state area of wrestling, but you know, throughout the country. I want to expand and take this act in different places. If we can, you know, achieve that, we could definitely be in the top rankings of, you know, best trios, you know, talk of the towns or somewhere. I really want that to happen for us. I do not only to elevate me, but I want to elevate them as well. You know, there's a lot of people I want to see elevate, but these are the guys I want to, you know, take that to the next level.
The Flock is something that when I was a kid, I always wondered what would it be like to have a group that I was in, and we went out to other places together, other promotions. We went across the towns, you know, the territories, whatever you want to call it, putting miles on cars because we love this, you know? And Flock is honestly a platform of freedom for me. I can be myself. I don't have to, hey man, when you're with us, you have to like act like this, look like this, present yourself like this. The Flock is Jason Boyd. The Flock is Hendrix. The Flock is Max Bane.
So, the Flock basically, to put it in just to put it all together, we're a team with no leader. We are all equals, which makes us have an advantage over a lot of other factions, a lot of other tag teams, because we're all the brains, we're all the brawn, we all have the ideas, and I think, in my opinion, maybe Jason Void might think of it differently, or Himi, but I think Himi is the biggest brain that we have on our side. Jason Void, he's very unpredictable. Bro would kill himself. You know what I mean? He's willing to die because he's already dead. So like the way his brain thinks and the way he functions, it throws off a lot of people. So that's his role. His role is that. And myself, I'm just unorthodox, which kind of plays into the same role that Jason Void has. So, but we're both different in our ways. So our roles are pretty similar, whereas we throw people off. And then we got Himi with the ideas, with the plan.
It's going to be led by me with my flock. Trust me, that manifestation will come true. Go Shadow. Come get your little prize. You got your little kick pads here and all that stuff. But when I come back for this, it will be a rematch. And it will be for the Super Independent Championship. Trust me. When that day comes, I'm taking everything.
The way I was taught, right? Yes, it is very, very, very cool to have a championship. Here's a reward for your hard work. I wouldn't really say anything bad about being a champion and stuff like that. But what I will say is movies have props, right? In that perspective, right? Movies have props. Pro wrestling's kind of like a movie or a TV show. What's the difference between a steel chair and a championship? Nothing. It's a prop. It means absolutely nothing. But it is a reward. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like it's like I don't want to diminish being a champion, because being a champion, it does mean something. But it's no different than a steel chair. It's no different from a table. It's no different from, it's a prop. It's a prop. If an outside promotion is to look at, to bring in somebody, and maybe they see them as a champion, maybe it's like, okay, they see this guy as somebody that can carry the company, if you will, or be the face of the company. And usually it's those guys that you want to book, those guys who are really good enough to be the face of a company. So there's that aspect to being a champion. So there is pluses to being a champion, even though, like I said, it's just a prop. At the end of the day, being a wrestler is all I really want to do, all I really want to be. So with every thought that I have of that, I have 10,000 other thoughts of like, where can I get to the next state? When can I get to the nearest other promotion, just to get more matches and more reps under my belt.
Outside of Warriors, what was your favorite promotion?
The NWA. They were partnering with Championship Entertainment Productions, which is a very good promotion out in Long Island. They have shows with the NWA, and there was 1 week where it was all 3 days where I was with the NWA. Awesome, so cool.
Me and the flock being wrestling for NWA this year, I think that's one of my biggest opportunities throughout my whole career. Yeah, just wrestling for that promotion, that having that much prestige and that much history, and having my name even associated with NWA. That's a big accomplishment.
I know that debuting for the NWA was something that Max had been working for a while now. A specific goal that he had to break down that door and show them what he can do. And I am humbled when he told me that there was no one else that he would rather have done that with in a tag team sense, you know? It really made me appreciate not only the road that I've been taking, but appreciate the road that he has taken since he's wrestled longer than me. He's done more than me. He's taken more bumps than me, taken more risks than me, and debuting together on the NWA, like, that honesty was just a glimpse into what we could do together on bigger platforms and bigger stages.
I actually got to wrestle in a tag match with Jason Void at an NWA show, and that was awesome. That was awesome.
He hit back first, vertebrae first on that chair, and Monty feel the adrenaline from that block attack.
I do want to wrestle in Puerto Rico because my family comes from the island, and it's very, 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 very popular on my island too. So just to go out to Puerto Rico and wrestle in front of, you know, my people, that's I could probably die right after.
Por Capitol Sport Promotions, Ox Baker y Grosso Rumi contra Johnny Rivera y Angelo Rivera. Estos serán los luchadores ahora en este encuentro. Vamos a ver quiénes serán los inicialistas en el mismo, amigos.
Of course, like there's plenty of really, really good promotions out there in Puerto Rico. They don't have a lot. So the little things that they have, they hold on to that. They love that shit. So pro wrestling was one of those things. A wrestling aspect in Puerto Rico is very big. They love stuff like that. You know, it speaks to existence because, you know, all my life it's been wrestling, lucha libre. Puerto Rico is like that 0.1%. Kayfabe is alive and well. So that's a really, for me, that's an excellent audience because it's real. It's fucking real to them. You know what I mean? Like, who I am, Max Bane, that's real. They see me as that crazy fucking guy that should be in a straitjacket in an asylum. Why is he walking the streets? You know, like it just gives you like that shot of adrenaline that you need. I cater so much to the crowd. Where sometimes I get complaints about it that I'm catering, but that's what the crowd is there for. You have to cater to them. So if I see that they're not reacting to something that I'm doing, then I'm gonna make them react with something else that they probably want to see. There's some crowds that want to see wrestling. There's some crowds that want to see character. There's some crowds that want to see hard hitting. So you just have to cater to the crowd.
Can you explain what a death match is?
That's taking bumps on steroids. So you have a hardcore match where there's tables, there could be barbed wire, thumbtacks, chairs, and all that other stuff. Death matches, you got glass, you got barbed wire beds, not a bed or a 4x4. You got barbed wire beds. You have tables on fire, which is pretty cool. But then you get skewers stuck in your head. You get gusset plates stuck on your body. Deathmatch is literally death. You are a walking dead guy. You are a walking dead person.
Have you participated in any death matches?
Unfortunately, yes. Yes, and I say unfortunately because not because like I didn't have fun. I did have fun. I'm an adrenaline junkie, and sometimes when I see my own blood, I think, yeah, this is cool. But it's not. That shit hurts. Like, it's very painful. Like, you probably, at a point, if you ever wrestle a death match, you probably are gonna wish you were dead. It sounds stupid to say, you know. Now this is where it ties into, you know, like my Max Bane character and stuff. I'm dead inside. I'm just a walking carcass. So like wrestling's my death wish. So why not? Depending on how much blood you want, they tell you to take like an ibuprofen or something like that because it kind of acts like a almost blood thinner, if you will, some shit like that. So, you know, like we're just doing that and then having to sit there and mentally be like, okay, I'm gonna take all these thumbtacks to my back. I'm gonna go through a glass thing and all that stuff. I don't know how other people mentally prepare for that, but me personally, I just think back to the angriest I have ever fucking been. I've always had like this infatuation where like my death comes after my last match, my last ever match. And I don't really have much of a life anymore outside of professional wrestling, so you know, yeah, that's how I imagine it. That's how I picture it. That's how I hope for it to happen.
I'm not one to really harp on legacies. I feel like those should be spoken for by those themselves. But I do see the mark that he has already left on New York's indie scene. I do see the people that he has touched across this circuit. I see an impact that not many people can really make because not many are genuine like Max Bane.
No, he's still young in his career. You know, he still got a lot of things to etch in wrestling history. You know, he do got a lot of things to accomplish. He got to accomplish those goals that he wanted to, you know, set out from. And I think if he gets those, you know, if he actually accomplishes those goals, I think his legacy will be cements in wrestling history.
People are going to watch his matches, watch his character, and feel like he's something that nobody has ever seen in independent wrestling. He's just completely different than most other people are on the indies.
The legacy of Max Bane is something that I don't think anyone else can top because of just the way he wrestles, the way he fights. It's unsanctioned.
Max's character, Max Bane, is a sociopath, asylum-driven man. But the person, Brian, is a genuinely good person. He's a good friend. He's someone that you can go to if you need to talk to. Like if I had kids, I don't have kids, but if I had kids and I had to go somewhere randomly, high odds I would leave my kids with Max. Max, I think you're a scumbag. Brian, I love you.
I think he would have been one of the guys who embodies No Limits here at Warriors of Wrestling. I think if you see like a No Limits scramble match and Max Bane is in it, I think you'd be like, all right, that guy like is No Limits. So I think it was fulfilling for him to be the No Limits champion.
Big opportunity, that is right. Roger Mendez leading tonight, but a big opportunity in its own right. What happened to cause Max Bane? I don't know. This guy, you know, he's come a long way, quite a competitor. Something about him, I think he's got a couple screws. He kind of scares me a little bit.
He scares you and not the other Max that he's facing? Are you getting the two confused?
So, my career highlight, I wrestled Max the Impaler. That was basically the first NWA superstar that I wrestled. They also had Father James Mitchell, the ringside manager. And obviously I'm an ECW guy, so I marked out, you know, that was... But the best part about the whole thing after the match was Father James Mitchell. He was coming, he came to the back, he was laughing. And he said, oh, dude, the way you sell out there, man, it reminded me of Terry Funk, man. That was really good. That was really good. And then walked away, and he did not know what those words meant to me. Especially because, like once I started really getting into ECW, I looked up to some of these guys, like Terry Funk and Mick Foley. So to get, like, complimented and being told, like, yeah, it reminded me of Terry Funk. Best bet. That to me stood out.
Which is Max Bane.
That's a surprise, Gibby. No disrespect. Of course. Love the effort here, but look, a Max the Impaler, they're just handling Max Bane. Like, Max Bane is absolutely nothing and just pacing around the target.
Well, they definitely have the size and strength advantage against Max Bane. So Max Bane definitely has to try to use his quickness and the fact that he's a little bit on the smaller side to try to take down Max Bane.
December 13th. The Flock and the Moose versus the
royal family. We also got on our team to balance it out. So it's myself, my brother Jason Void, Himi Hendrix. We formed the Flock. Moose, we got Moose on our side. We also have Tiny Giant, who's also really good talent, really, really good talent, and max capacity. So we're double maxing it up against the royal family. Lee Jackson, KJ Evans, Rob Valentine, Chris Angels, Daniel Riley. All great talent. I followed a lot of their work while also doing my own work, and fantastic. I have nothing really bad to say about the royal family, other than they've crossed the Flock too much. You guys with numbers, because you guys have the numbers, but with those numbers, you guys have constantly attacked our boy Himi Hendrix and called us out, saying, "Oh, where's the Flock?" Well, now that we're here, we've been a thorn at your side the whole time. And it all comes to an end December 13th.
I went up and kept my mouth closed. I get shouted from my clothes though. Nigga, I was like, shit is fuck, I'm still making it Wait a minute, yeah, how you live it? 10 toes in when we standing on business. Ain't got shit on me. Ain't got shit on me. Cause I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. Yeah. Boy, ain't got shit on me. You can touch the sky, but you ain't got shit on me. Cause I'm on top of the world. I'm on top of the world. Yeah.
Introducing next, here's the BWF World Champion.
So, me and the Flock, we've been beefing with this team called the Royal Family. Since the top of the year, it was really just me and this other guy named Lee Jackson. He sucks. So, Lee Jackson had his team, he got the Royal Family, I got my team, the Flock. So we just we're going to war. We're going to fight until one of us bleeds or we couldn't walk no more. We had our 6-man tag match, you know what I'm saying? And then it ended in a draw. Yeah, and after that, kept jumping at each other. We stole phones, we stole weed from them. It was crazy, you know what I'm saying? But now, all of this is going to culminate into this big epic match. We teamed with TNA's Moose. And we also got a few, worthy competitors in our team. We got Max Capacity. We got Tiny Giant. And it's us, the Flock. December 13th is where the war finally happens and where it all settles. Very star-studded match. We got Moose. We got the Flock. We got Tiny Giant, Max Capacity, all in the one team going against the Royal Family. So December 13th, you're going to see us, the Flock, on top.
This wasn't even nothing personal between the Flock and the Royal Family. This stems from Himi Hendrix's many controversies. All the people that he crosses paths with, they seem to not like the genuine aura of the man himself, so they attack him. And when you attack a member of the flock, you attack us all, and we all come for y'all.
What's actually crazy is like when you guys filmed us before, we're both heels, right? And basically this is just around us being heels. Tonight we're faces.
And the crowd has been behind us when they have seen us, even when it has been at this venue. They always get hot when it's the flop.
So like this is like a different dynamic that you're seeing, you know? Like you see us, both our heel works, both being, you know, the pieces of shits that we are. And now today we gotta be cool pieces of shits.
Now I bring energy, you know?
Yeah, this match is gonna be a match.
It's gonna be something, you know, like I feel like it's important to get like these types of matches out of the way when you're early in your career.
Yeah.
Fucking geezer.
Then we got Himi.
Yo, you've been waiting for this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, but thoughts about this match?
I'm tired, bro. It's too much. I hate multi-man matches, but look, we're gonna kill the show out there. That's all. That's our motivation and all that shit,
bro. This is not even like a multi-man. This is like a I don't even know what to call it. You can't even call it multi-man. It's like a mini Royal Rumble almost.
It's like a clusterfuck.
Yeah. Clusterfuck. Word.
Team Jason.
That was fun. That was fun as shit. Like, that was fun. That was fun. Do everything. It was fun. It was fun. Woo. Man, that was a lot of stuff we did in there. A lot of stuff. It's like I said, you know, like, it's the things that we want versus the things that we get, you know? I feel like that's like the theme, you know? I feel like that's just the theme of everything we've been doing so far, you know? Like, certain things that we want, it's not the same thing as what we get, you know what I mean? But, I mean, through it all, it's fun, you know? Everything's an experience. Everything's learning, you know? I'm still learning. Almost 6 years in the business. Actually, next month we'll make 6 years. I'm still learning. That's the thing about wrestling. You'll never stop learning. You'll never stop learning. But I mean, had fun. People had fun. Everybody else enjoyed it, you know? I feel like that's the most important thing, you know? Like, out of everything, you know? Everyone's having a good time. They create memories off of the things that we do. So I guess selfishness aside, you know, we did good.
Now, is there a message you would like to send to Max Bane?
No. No. I go tell him right to his face.
There's wrestlers that you haven't heard before, and they wrestle in the parks. Those were my biggest inspirations because familiarity, you know, people that look like you know what I'm saying? People that come from the same background as you, and they put on shows, amazing shows, and they not superstars, you know what I'm saying? They not on TV, but you treat them like they were, you know what I'm saying? Max Bane, I want you to strive, keep doing your thing, continue to be great, and sky's the limit for you, man. I hope you have a illustrious, long career, and I hope I'm right there beside you, and we can have a toast to that whenever we need to, you know what I'm saying? So Max Bane, full score, you know what I'm saying?
It might sound cliche, but it might have always been meant to be. Because some people you stumble across and there's that instant connection, that click, you know? I'm someone who prides myself on the people I give my time to are genuine ones, you know? So with Max doing the same, reciprocating like to me, and me saying that, I knew that it was just like a friendship, a bond that I'm sure I wouldn't have found if I wasn't here at this current time. I want Max to know that I fully expect him, I expect you to keep your foot on this pedal. Keep grinding with me, keep going down this road with me. Because what else are we gonna do, Brody? What else is there for us? We both have done other things, but we both know that this is it for us. This is all we want. How many people could give their lives to something?
Yeah, man, I really appreciate our time in the cause. I really did like our full circle moment with the No Limits bout, the world bout. I appreciate you leading the guys to pour beer on me last year. That was a really good moment, and I'm glad you're back, bro.
Thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done for Warriors, and thank you for helping me, you know. I never tell you this, so maybe seeing this video, you're gonna appreciate it.
Just keep doing you, you know? We got this, you got this, and we're gonna rock it, you're gonna rock it. We'll all rock it.
It's cool working with you. I have a good time. You make things funny. That's awesome. And, you know, you're a super cool guy.
Max Bane, or Brian, is a genuinely good person. He looks out for you. He cares about his friends. And he goes out of his way to make sure you're okay if you notice something is wrong.
He's just the guy that no matter what's going on, you can always just have a conversation with him and laugh. You could be pissed about something that happened at training. You could be scared because you have a match coming up. You could just talk to him and know that he's going to make sure that you're okay and that everything is going to be fine.
To you people out there in the wonderful world of watching this, wrestling is fucking real. It's the people who are fake. Ken Anderson said that best. And how fucking true that is. How true. Wrestling is real. People are fucking fake. I am Brian, but I'm also Max Bane. And I am real. I am as real as it gets. And all of you are fake. Fuck you.
Where were you during the Suzuki incident?
The Suzuki incident. Remind me of the Suzuki incident.
There's a few. There's a
Yeah.
few of them.
Remind me of it. Give me one. Give me the most recent one.
Wait, are you talking about when he wrestled in a waffle? Or
No, I'm talking about when they didn't play his music. I think during his entrance or something. Minoru Suzuki.
Who didn't play his music?
Some dude in AEW.
It's the best song in Japanese wrestling.
He did that at AEW. Wow, that's a fucking big. What the fuck?
Yo, look at
Jesus Christ.
Yo.
Yo, the big homie pulled up for that question.
He's pissed too.
Yeah, look at him. He's pissed off. He said, yo, they didn't play Suzuki's music? Fuck wrong with those? Shit, God. There's another big one back there, but God, that
Got the long neck.
the long neck, the long body. That motherfucker come on land. I'm out. Fuck that shit. He taller than me. God. That's a big motherfucker.
Max Bane has Napoleon syndrome.
Max Bane, you short bitch. No,
Trees and stuff like that, you know. Some birds that like their, you know, caw, caw. Jesus Christ. Seagulls, right? That's what they are, seagulls? Whatever they are. Beautiful, great kills, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I get inspired by it a lot. It's very...
I would say somewhat recently, like, he had left his inhaler, like, at the training center, so I took it, because we're, like, neighbors, so I took it, and I thought he was going to be there on Tuesday, and he wasn't there, so I texted him, and I was like, you fat bitch, like, I brought this inhaler all the way here, and you weren't even there, and he was like, you're my fucking neighbor, like, bitch. So I thought that was funny, at least, you know, like, it's the little things for me, like...
Oh, well, no, that's because Max went on Facebook and instead of saying happy birthday to Eric, he goes, fuck you. So it's like, I'm scrolling through Facebook and it's like, there's no happy birthday, straight up fuck you. He started a trend because then other people on Facebook were telling Eric fuck you on his birthday.
That's gonna be in the credits.
Yeah,
I'm putting that in the credits.
So yeah, so he's getting fucking insulted. You can't say happy birthday to Eric Silva.
What makes pro wrestling a different art form than something else that survives as an audience?
Oh, stop it, man. We're trying to shoot something, and you want to look, you see the boatyard, man? Look at it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Great kills, baby. Yeah, they park it up there, and then they don't use it. You know, they're just, it's a flex. You know? Welcome to Staten Island. Your question again, sir.
We went down to New Orleans one time. And like we shared a hotel room. It's like fucking 2, 3 in the morning, and I wake up to take a piss or something. But I look over, and I'm like half asleep, and like he's in his bed, he's on his phone, and he has this fucking bed sheet over him, so it's like a little mount, like a little ball on the fucking bed, and his light. I'm like, is that a fucking ghost? I look over, and it's fucking him, like on his phone, like in a little fucking blanket on his bed. That was funny.
Everything was good. Oh. Hold on, let me show you my 6-pack. It's like hot dogs in there, but like it's still a pack.
It's just hiding under there, yeah.
You know?
Right.
I dream of it.
I feel you.
Huh.
You got it. I believe in you. Hi.
Thanks, Juan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Clidus.
I've met you already.
Puerto Rican Axl Rose. So one time, right? Me and Max, we opened up on a Friday at our training spot, and it was just open for whoever like wanted to show up and just get some work in and all. So a few guys showed up, and then once we finished wrapping up the session and all, some people went home, and the rest of us, we had some drinks, you know. And then when we were drinking, I remember Tony Booze, right? He had seen this bandana that wasn't either of ours. It was one of the other guys, you know. And so he threw it at Max Bane, and Max Bane caught it and was like, "Oh, you see, Pa?" And then he put the bandana on, put some glasses, and went up looking like a rock star. He's strutting around, and like he starts singing a Guns N' Roses track. I think it was Knocking on Heaven's Door, right? So Max just starts like singing like knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door, and he's like, we're all just feeling it. And just, my boy Tony, he takes a picture and he shows it to me, and he's like, you see, that's the Puerto Rican Axl Rose by One of One right there. Ah, shit, man. That's a Max Bane story I'll share. Nothing too graphic, but a good time.
The one thing that I can say that Warriors of Wrestling has, you know, different from the other promotions that I work at, is the camaraderie, the familyness that it has from beginning to end. Where you know what, Copper, you just don't want me to have this nice ass conversation with these cool ass people. That's what it is.
Can we start from the start?
Yeah, absolutely. And what's crazy is I forget what I was saying.
You're saying a sense of.
Do you know who Roger Mendez is?
Yeah.
So, I was at Raw, in the Garden.
Yeah, he was the cop, right?
Yeah, I saw him get. Did he get speared by Roman or?
I don't think so. I think another friend of mine, who's a referee, Nick Shin, he was one of the cops too. I think he got speared, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. We got hit with a kendo stick. He got hit with a kendo stick by Cody Rhodes. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
Whenever they come to the area, I like watch all the security to be like, oh, I know him.
I know him.
I met that guy. Yeah.
I be marking out and seeing my friends. Like, oh,
yeah, no.
He's a cop. He's security.
Oh.
That's my twin. Keep killing it. You know, like you gonna. I was gonna say you're gonna get this bread, but like, what bread? But keep doing this, you got it. We lit. That's my twin, you know, like.
Max never changed.
Oh.
I was talking mad shit about you. Are you leaving?
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you, Bobby.
I was talking really poorly about you. I said a lot of bad.
I'll say for a little bit.
That was it was a very you son of a. I'm trying to put Maxine Palo over, brother. Fuck you out there. Fuck you too, even though you're. Anyway.
Start again for wrestling.
Oh, this was after I did a show. This was my first time being a Himi Hendrix character, and this was like a closing segment we was doing. I saw this kid. He had this mask, Rey Mysterio mask. I was a heel at the time, so he had a Rey Mysterio mask. I took it. I was like, fuck Rey Mysterio, right? And his family got so mad, especially his father. It was like, you motherfucker, that's my son. How dare you? I'm like, oh shit, what's going on? And then people had chairs, like they trying to whack at me. I'm like, oh no, what's going on? It got so bad that the whole family, he had a big ass family, fucking waiting for me outside of the venue and stuff. So we had to like hide to get in the car, and then we escaped, and yeah, we just talked about it throughout the whole car ride. It was mad fun. And then we end up in DC. It was like the first time me being in DC. And then I had to pee really bad. And I was peeing. And you see the Secret Service looking. I'm like, is this dude pissing by the White House?
Wait, where was this? Like, were you in the South? Like,
I was in the South. So we was coming from North Carolina.
Oh, nice.
And we just made like a pit stop at DC and just bullshitting around.
You pissed by the White House. Oh, that's awesome.
Pissing by the White House.
Oh, that's so funny.